Welcome to MacroCode. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So on today's video, we are going to proceed with our series on .NET MAUI. As you can see, we had started an app on Students app. We have our home page. This is how our home page looks like. So, hello world, welcome to multi-platform app UI. That is .NET MAUI. So on the students, we had created a page for students. You can see you have the students list, which is actually empty. Then we have the home page, which will actually give us some analysis of students' details and the profile of the students. So today's video, we did a video about using MVVM. So we created a page for students list, as you can see. Then we have a students list. So we have the XAML and XAML.cs file. Then we did the binding. You can see we have the students list view model. And on our students list view model, it's actually empty. We don't have anything. Then if you come to our MAUI program.cs file, we have our pages here. And we also have our view model here. So we're actually using .NET 8. So for those who are new to this channel, consider subscribing, like our video. Then let's begin this series. So what we are going to do today, I'm going to add, as you can see on our app, we have the home screen and you also have the students list. But as you can see, our list is a bit empty. So I want us to first add a model for students. So I want us to add a table. So let's add a folder. So I'll stop my app for now. Then we'll add, we'll say models. So we'll have all our models here. But now we can also do some interesting thing. So you can add another project. So we'll say add, then new. So let's click on our solution. So let's add new project. So I want us to try something. I want us to add a class library. So then we can search here .NET MAUI. So .NET MAUI. You can see we now have a project for creating .NET MAUI class library. So I'll just proceed with this. So you can actually create this. Then we'll say student. So we'll say student. So what was the name of our project? So I'll just try to minimize this. So our name of the project is student app. So our name of our project is student app. So I'll try to create. So let's go back. New project. Then .NET MAUI. So we'll create the class library. Then I'm going to call this students app dot. So I'm going to call this business, or I can call this yes, I can call this students app.business. Then I'll create it. I'm using .NET 8. As you can see, I only have these two. So when I create it, you can see we will now have our students app.business, and we have our main app here. So on this students app.business, it also has some platform specific. You can see this is Android. You have the iOS, Mac Catalyst, Tizen, and the Windows. So you can actually have some specific classes here. You can see all the code in this file is only included on. So you can actually do that. So for our case, I'm going to create a folder here. I'm going to create a folder on our business. Let's do something here. Let's say models. So you can actually have our models here. So I'm going to remove this. Then I'm going to call this, I'm going to add a model for a student class. So I'm going to say student. I'm going to add a model for student. So this will be public. Then I also want us to do something. You remember we have some view models here. I want us to cut this view model and actually migrate to our business. So if we paste it here, we'll have our view model. We can actually change now this to business. So this is this should be students view model. So that is it. Another thing that we should do is also this one and this one. So we are now having students. So our namespace should change to students business.view models. Then our business base view model will be student business.view model. Then if we go to our MAUI program.cs, it will actually be, you can see it is actually asking for us to import this. So CS file, try to add, we should be able to see this. Add reference to students.business, add reference to students. So we can actually add reference to student.business Android. So I'm going to add this. So if I do that, I'm able to now import my view model. You can see this is now resolved. So I'm able to now store all my view models here. So I'll be able to have my model here, and I'll also have my base model and the students view model. So I can also define some properties here. So these will be, so I can say this is my key. So if I do that, I need to import some annotations. So I need to import the data annotation. Then for student, we have, so it'll say string. So I'll have a first name. Sorry. So this will be my first name. I can also have a string. So I'll say this is my middle name. So this will be my middle name. I can also take this. I can also say this is my last. Sorry, this is my last name. So if I do that, then I can say phone number. So this is int, can do that. Then I can also say email address. So I can also do gender. I can also do address. I can also do country. I can also do city. So these are some of my properties for student. So another thing I can do is, so I think we can have this, but we can be improving as we go along. So as you can see, there is something here being recommended to us. So you are being asked to make it required. So if we just click it, you'll see it is being added as required. So you can say this is required. You can say this is required. You can also say the phone number is required. Sorry. So if we do that, so this is also required. You can say this is required. Also do this is required, and this is required. Also this is required. So this is now our, so you can see we have just used resharper structural navigation tab to move to the next element. So I think that's fine. You can actually configure all this. So this is my resharper. So after we have done that, so we have this student model. So for those who watched our previous video, we actually configured our database. I don't know if we configured our database or not, but before then, we need to import this. So we need to remove this. So there are some nuggets that I think we didn't configure our database. So we'll be linking this to to our, we can do both, either use SQLite or actually connect this directly to our SQL server. But for now, I want us to create a list. So I want us to create a list of students. So let's first launch our app with C. So for those who are new to this channel, consider subscribing. Comment down below in case you have any comment. Then you will be able to provide feedback. So our app is launching. So let's see how our app looks like. So you can see how we have now divided our project. We have these two, business, then we have our class, then we have this here. I think that is fine. So let's wait as our app launches. So there you are. So we have our app. So if you come here, you're still able to navigate to our list. But now I want us to add our another page. So we have actually created a student model. So we have it here. So we want us to now have a page to add students. So I'll create another page. So this page, I'm going to call it add new students page. So I'm going to call it add new students page. So if I do that and add it, then I'm now having my student page, and you can see I have it here. So what you need to do first, you need to have these on our MAUI file. So we need to add this here. Then we also need to create a view model. So I'm going to create a view model for that particular page. So I consider best having the name of the page, then you just add the view model in front for ease of identification. And even so, if we do that, I'm going to also add it at the bottom here. So I'll just reuse this, copy it here, then I'm going to use this here. Then if you come to our student page, I'm going to have my view model there, then I say VM. Then I'm going to say this dot binding context is equals to that VM. So on my VM, if we go to definition, you can see it's still empty. So I can have my constructor there. So you can see this is my constructor. And now this page, we need to create some forms to actually add our student to maybe our database or somewhere. So for us to do this, we need to have a form to actually register the students. So I'm going to remove this. Then I'm going to have can say content page. So I'm going to say dot content. So then inside here, I'm going to have this as scroll view. So then I'm going to have these as with a vertical layout. I'm going to have these with a vertical layout. Then inside it, I can actually give it some margin. I can say 10. I can also give it spacing. I can say 15. Then inside my vertical layout, I can now do can put a label. So on my label, so I can actually do this. Let me try to zoom so that you're able to see. So on my label, I can put in the text. So I'll say, I can say first name. So I'm going to register my first name, and the label I can put in the style. So I can actually do style. Then you can actually put in some styles if you want, but for now I'll just do maybe fonts, attributes. Then I can say I don't want to bold. I can do font size. So you can do font size, and you can actually do maybe let's say 13, and I can do fonts family. You can actually choose the family that you want to use. So you just do that. You're able to specify. So I think we'll be able to see these on our next video, but for now let's work with that. So to add our name, we're going to use entry. So you can remove these and we just put that to be able to close. So on our entry, we can say text. So we need to capture the text of the user. Sorry. So the next thing is I can as well put in the keyboard. I want only text here. So I can also say font size. I also want 13. So I can now reuse this, copy this, put it here. I can say middle name. Can reuse also these. I can say last name. So these are our pages, our inputs. So we can also do phone number. I'll just do here phone number. But remember now on keyboard we can actually put in number. So you can copy these, go here, then you can say address. I can put I want only text. Can also do sorry. Can also do, so what we have here is first name, middle name, phone number. You can do email address. So come here, just do email address. Then we can also copy that. Sorry. We can copy this and we say we want a gender. We can have gender here. And also copy this and we can say I want apart from gender, country, then city. So you can do country, then you can say city. But now, so this is our page. So we can actually add now this page on our app shell. So if we come to our app shell, I can copy this and you can say here, I can say this is add. Then if we copy this, then we say this is add students. So if we do that, then you can have these pages here. Then you can say this is add student. So if we do that and we launch our app, we should be able to see our page with these entry fields that we have just provided. So let's see. I can change this title, say add new student. If we do that, let's see how our app will behave. So if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing. If you're watching our videos and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. We notice that some of you guys are actually watching our videos and you don't subscribe. So like the video, subscribe so that you keep us motivated in posting more videos. So our app is launching. Let's see how it will look like. So student tab. So if you come here, you'll be able to see we have add student. So if we click it, we'll see we have our form. So our form is now, we can actually add students now. You can see how our form looks like. So, and we save it here. So you'll be able to see we have first name, middle name, last name, phone number. So that is it. So you can actually add a button. So you can change this to add students. Then you can have a button here. So we can do button. So we can also close this. Then we can say text. You can say save student. Then you can also do font. And it to font. Then you can also do color. You can do a background color to our button. So which color will suit our button? I think we can do that. Then we'll also need some command. But now we don't have the command. So what happens when you click this button? You can also have a activity indicator. This will actually show the progress whenever you maybe trigger or click our button. So for now, so you can actually set this to enabled, and you can actually set it to is either running. So this running is you'll be able to see, and you can also set it if it's visible. Sorry, is visible. You can say true for now. Then you can also set the height. So let's say 50. So let's launch our app and see how it will look like. So this is just a sample form. So on our next video, we are going to bind this form now to we have actually done the binding here, but we want to now use this student model on our form, so that when we save data, we actually assign it to our model. Then we will be able to push this either through an API or save it locally. So we are going to demonstrate that on our next video. So for those who haven't subscribed, please subscribe. So we'll be doing now a continuous series for these kind of videos and many more. So let's see how our app look like. So there you go. So let's see how our app look like. We come here, you're able to see students list, then add students. So you can see we now have our button. And as you can see, we have our indicator. So this will, when we'll actually be saving these, we'll be able to show how we can be using these to show progress while saving data. So I think that is it for today. But for example, if you want to add these icons, you can see these icons. You can come to your screen on your browser. So you can use Google Icons. So I'm using actually Icons 8. So now I can say, you can search the name of the icon that you want. So if you search that way, you'll be able to see there are some icons that are provided. So you can choose the icon that you want. So for add, I can go with, let me pick one. So I can say, I can take this. So if we take this, you can actually download. So if you download it, you're able to get a free one. So you can see this is the icon that I'm going to use. So copy your icon, come to our app, then under resources, just paste it under images. So I'm going to paste mine here. So this is my icon. So then if I want to use it here to replace the add students with the add icon, So I'm going to option, then I'm going to replace icon here with add. So if I do that, then relaunch my app, I'm going to see this add icon.png appearing as part of my icons for this specific layout item. So let's see how it comes out. So there you are. So let's see how this goes. So if we click that, you'll be able to see we have our add student icon. So this is our add student icon. So you can see our icon is now visible. So that is it for today's video. So if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing, like our video, and comment down below. Bye and see you in our next video.